after the game, it's the aftermath. Win or lose, we still wave our commander's flag. Riding with Wentz under center, making the pass. Jahan Dotson, young rookie, making a splash. That burgundy and gold, that's what we about. Jonathan Allen knocking QBs to the ground. We die hard and nobody can shut us down. Cause this is the greatest show in town. Let's go! Go, 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 go.
What's good, Washington Commanders fans? Yes, you see it. Howard 14, baby. All right, there's a little bit more to cover. First day of minicamp, so it looks like everything went off with a hitch. If you saw in some videos today on Twitter or whatnot, that the number one thing that a lot of us been hoping for is Chase Young. How did he look? How he feel? How he's going to approach this season? Well, from what I see, he looks good. He looks explosive. He looks like he's ready to rock and roll. Now, Scott Abraham from Twitter, he recorded Chase. He did say that, hey, he's not disappointed at all. This is the first time we talked to Chase since the team declined his fifth-year option. We asked him several questions about what he's going to do, and he didn't say much, but very short and brief topics. So, he kept it pretty close to the vest. Chase did say, yeah, but there's a lot of things as motivation, he said. A lot of them, they stuck in the back of my pocket. But he also knows that he needs to approach the season with the mindset of how you want to, with all the rumors. And I'm sure he heard all the rumors about trade talks and him getting traded to this team or whatever. And I am going to do a separate video to the trade rumors, in which, what Rivera has said. And then Rivera came out today and acknowledged that, hey, he don't feel that Chase will get traded. But I do want to make a separate video because Kevin Sheehan on his podcast, he was talking to somebody on there also about did Washington was trying to trade for somebody else in a replacement of Chase Young. But like I said, that will be a separate video. But right now, just focus on minicamp right now. Now, for the second straight season, Chase Young worked down in Colorado last year. It was about recovering from the knee. This offseason is about keeping the knee strengthened. And if you think about it, most likely Chase knew that coming into the season was going to be very pivotal for him. So he's kind of like thinking in the back of his head is like, hey, I need to strengthen my knee. I need to get strong. I need to get back explosive. Doing some explosive work and everything. Nikki Giovanni of the Washington Post said that he worked on his hips. He worked on his strengthening his hips. He worked on strengthening his lower body. He worked on obvious techniques. And so I guess working with Von Miller, and anybody has seen the video with Von Miller and the exercises that he was doing, he pretty much training Chase Young. So me personally, I'm looking for Chase Young to go into not just camp, but also into the July when they do physical training and hitting and all of that other stuff, and then preseason. Chase did say, he said the difference between the end of the season in January and now is night and day. He said he planned for the next several weeks before training camp. He said he feels pretty explosive. He's still 2 months until we report for training camp. It's just time. He kept his head down and stayed grinning, and that's Chase. Chase, he's like a big kid. He's always gonna have that big smile on his face. So with that being said, is that he knows what it takes. Because if you look at last year with Daron Payne's situation, Chase could learn a lot from that. If he knows that, hey, the team still could franchise tag me at the end of the season, and then we could still work out a deal, just like they did to Daron Payne. They franchised to tag him, but then they end up working out a deal, and he signed the deal. So, but Daron Payne balled out. I said it before. Chase's job is going to be so easier because he has so much other guys on this team, on that defensive front, that's going to make his job easier. That's going to help Chase be the guy where he could be that unstoppable force. You know what I'm saying? He could be that unstoppable force. That's where I want Chase to be. I want Chase to be, like a Kayvon Thibodeau, like a Michael Parsons. Be that dominant guy. You already know that your partner in crime next door to you, Montez Sweat, had almost 9 sacks last year. You'd be like, okay, I could get 9 sacks. Maybe I could get more. If our defensive front inside is putting a lot of pressure and we could get there, there's no way that teams could be able to counter both of these guys while somebody getting to the quarterback. It just ain't going to be feasible. Chase, and I think he's learning more. I think now he's understanding the game a little bit more. And maybe his injury helped him see a little bit clearly. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's unfortunate that players have to get injured just to understand the logic of the game. I think Chase is going to come in, like I said, he's going to come in motivated. He's going to come in knowing that, hey, this is a contract year for me. I have to ball out. If I don't ball out, then I can't get the money that I'm looking for. You see what I'm saying? So Rivera and Washington certainly hope that Chase follows Daron Payne's footsteps and has a breakthrough season. I do believe he will. I think it's going to be he's going to do just enough to get paid. But if he balls out, it's like I say, it's a win-win situation for him. And I think Chase knows that. I think Chase, he knows what's on the line. And I believe he's ready. And I don't see anything otherwise telling me that he's not going to come in and ball out. Now, with everything going on with Chase, now Ron Rivera, I guess you could say Ron Rivera made some headlines today with the Jacoby Brissett saying that he's in the mix for battle for quarterback 1 with Sam Howell. Maybe he's saying that to push Sam Howell. Maybe he's saying that to motivate Sam Howell a little bit more. But if you told a guy that he's going in to be quarterback 1, then this guy is already thinking, say, hey, I'm going to be the starter. Excuse me. But I understand it. I clearly understand what Ron Rivera is doing. I think Ron Rivera is putting say, hey, Jacoby Brissett is in the mix for quarterback 1 battle with Sam Howell. But like he said, Sam Howell, he might say that, hey, he's quarterback 1, but that doesn't mean he is the starting quarterback. I think Eric Bieniemy spending all this time with Sam Howell, to me, I don't feel like Sam Howell would be doing all of this work with Eric Bieniemy and Eric Bieniemy spending all this time, because if that's the case, he could have been doing all of this with Jacoby Brissett, and I don't see that. I don't see Jacoby Brissett overtaking Sam Howell for the starting job. I just don't understand why Ron Rivera would put that notion out. Just say, hey, it's a quarterback competition. That's it. But at the same time, you revving up Sam Howell, you up there, saying, oh, he got all the tools, he doing all of this. Eric Bieniemy wants Sam Howell to be that guy. He has all the similar qualities of a Patrick Mahomes. Is he Patrick Mahomes? No, but I say he has similar qualities of a Patrick Mahomes. There is no way that you could sit here and say, oh, well, he continues to compete with Sam Howell, but at the same time, then you're not really giving Sam Howell the benefit of the doubt at the same time. I always say talk is cheap. And this is why I always get on Ron Rivera, because if that's the case, you should have had another quarterback in there that could compete with all three of them, all two of them, and then say, hey, it's up in the air. But Eric Bieniemy and everything Sam Howell has done, I don't see Jacoby Brissett. The only way Jacoby Brissett overtakes him is because he's a veteran and he's been doing it before. He don't have the wheels like Sam Howell. He don't have the arm strength like Sam Howell. Yeah, he's been around, but he can't manipulate the pocket like Sam Howell. To me, he's kind of like Jameis Winston a little bit. I think Jameis Winston could run a little bit, but Jacoby Brissett and Jameis Winston is kind of like the same guy to me a little bit. I don't see where Eric Bieniemy starts week 1 and you got Jacoby Brissett and you can't get the ball to your playmakers the way you need to. Jacoby Brissett never had playmakers like this. He never had playmakers or running game. Yeah, he played in New England, but it was complex. But they didn't have weapons like this. They always had a running game. I could say if Jacoby Brissett was in Tampa with the weapons they had there, or he was with somebody that had a lot of receivers that he's been throwing to, then that makes more sense to me. So, like I said, I think Ron Rivera, I think he's saying this to light a fire under Sam Howell, to make Sam Howell go even harder in minicamp. Because when training camp hits in July, then Sam Howell is going to have to distance himself from him. So that's my thing. That's what I see. That's what I think. Also moving along with everything right now is that Deron Payne he set a goal for himself, and he's talking about getting, he set a goal each year. So this year he's talking about getting 13 sacks, 2 more than he got last year. So he already have it in his head what he's trying to accomplish and everything like that. And I do believe that Deron Payne is probably going to be a monster to deal with. He's hungry. He done got that money. So now you're going to see him. Now he's going to focus on a lot of things. Last year, Deron Payne had a total of 64 tackles, 8 tackles for a loss, 11 sacks last year. For those formerly ignoring the consistent success of young Payne, his Pro Bowl status overturned the rocks they have been under because of his strong 2022 campaign. Payne did sign a 4-year deal last year, this offseason, for $90 million, and it made him one of the league's highest paid defensive backs. Now, Payne recently sat down with Julian Donaldson. I love her interviews. Julian Donaldson is so awesome. And revealed that he set a high bar for himself in 2022, but that he's hoping that he raised it in 2023. He said in year one he went into it with the goal of 10 sacks, and he got 11 and a half. Payne said, now I'm thinking I'm going to shoot for like 13 sacks and a bunch of tackles for losses and forced fumbles. So guess what? That's his goal. Hopefully he gets that outcome that he's looking for, because if you think about it, like I just talked about Chase, I'm saying the same thing with Daron Payne. Daron Payne and that defensive front, I think it's going to be so formidable. It's going to be just like how the 49ers are. I think, like I said, somebody comment on my channel for the video I put out this morning, but I kind of agree with them. I think besides the 49ers, there ain't another defense in the league, in NFC could touch us when it comes collectively. That's what I'm talking about. Collectively, our defense is well-rounded. We just don't have one star player. We have stars on our defense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could have one dominant guy, but you get to focus on that one guy. You know what I'm saying? You get the game plan for that one guy. When you have multiple guys, it's hard to game plan for them. It's hard to game plan for Daron Payne. It's hard to game plan for a Montez. It's hard to game plan for a Chase. It's hard to game plan for a Jonathan Allen, and so forth and so on. So that's the difference. So with that being said, you know, the first day of minicamp is in the books. I feel like things are going good. I do like what I've seen from Tez and Chase Young. I do like what I've seen from them. Honestly, I think Chase is going to be fine. Despite the rumors, like I said, in the offseason, when we signed Daron Payne, I said that the Washington Commanders probably going to be the first team that signed all of their guys, because you think about it, they could still pick up Chase Young's 5th-year option before the season is out. They don't have to do a long-term contract with him until next year. All they got to do is get Montez on the wraps, Cam Curl on the wraps, pick up Chase Young's 5th-year contract. Once they pick up his option, it's a done deal. It don't really matter. Then guess what they could do? Then work out a long-term deal next year, going into next year, because he a free agent after next year. Then because what they could do, they could put a franchise tag on it. They could always come back and pick up the 5th-year option this year. They declined it, but they could still go back and pick it up. Or if they don't decide to pick it back up, or whatever the case may be, they could go ahead and franchise tag it. But I think they're gonna get Tez done first, Cam Curl, and then they're gonna get Chase Young out the way. Chase Young is gonna be the last one to get signed. But continue to like, comment, subscribe. You already know what it is. LiveWire Sports has shortened its name from LiveWire Sports Entertainment to LWSNE, Undisputed in Sports. Check out the new banner. Check out the new logo coming at you. New intro coming soon. But hey, it's all about the Commanders. Day 1 is in the books. Everybody looking great, stretching, having fun. I like that. And they did picture day today. So therefore, check out my Instagram and Facebook group that I put group pictures in there. And also, I use some of the pictures for my template. So hey, all that's that, man. Y'all stay safe. God bless. And I'll holla.